Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Ashley if you are new here, and I am going to be memory planning with you today. I'm going to be using like a hodgepodge of things, so we're just going to get started. I'm going to be using some pieces from Tiny Little Tulip. I'm going to be using some full boxes from Scribble Prints Go that I've been hoarding because I love this so much. And then I'm also just going to be using some different types of foil, all mixed together, and we're just going to go for it. Okay, so let's just do it. Yeah, so what do I want to do first? I think I want to lay down some washi down here first. And I probably need to look up for some day covers because I'm sure I can find some. This is the week of January the 20th through the 26th. This was not a very good week for me and my family. But it turned out to be pretty good for us. I mean, I'll get to that part in a minute and you'll see what the heck I'm talking about. I think I'm going to put this at the bottom now that I've moved it 20 times. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a minute. But it ended up being an okay thing that happened, but this is the week that Joshua got into a car wreck and totaled our Armada. It was a 2021 Armada, and he totaled it, completely totaled it, and yeah, so it was crazy. He totaled it, he totaled the other vehicle, and then he busted the windshield with his head. He probably had a concussion in all reality, but he didn't go to the hospital. But it wasn't bleeding or anything, miraculously enough. How that happened and it wasn't bleeding, I don't know. But he just broke his pinky, and he had a really bad headache. And that's it. And if you saw the vehicle and you saw the other vehicle, then you would know that that's a miracle that is the only thing that happened to him, because he totally could have died. So yeah. So now we're in the middle of waiting for our insurance company to tell us if it's officially totaled or not. But I mean, it is. If it's not, then I don't know what they're doing, because it is totaled for sure. Like, it's crazy. I think I want to go all in and be all crazy and put the washi up here as well, because I just think this washi is so beautiful. It's like one of my favorites. I'm gonna cry when it's gone. But I am getting back into planning, and well, I've been planning the whole time, but I haven't been filming it. I'm getting back into filming because this is joy for me. I love it. I have, autism, and I have ADHD, and this is therapy to me. It is a way for me to be social without having to be social. If you have autism or are neurodivergent in any way, then you will probably understand what I'm saying when I say that, but it lets me be social without being social, and I just made that crooked, but that's okay. And that's good for me, so I need to be doing it. And I notice that I can notice the difference when I don't do it. I'm just not as happy. I'm not as in it to win it. And yeah, it's good for me to be social, even if it's not me being social, if that makes any sense. And so I want to keep filming, and I need to get back into it. So I have been. It's one of my goals for this year. I do have goals this year, and so far I'm working towards them. I have not achieved any of those goals so far. My goal for my goals is to achieve the goal and maintain the goal throughout the year. So I mean, I better get to the achieving part, because I mean, it's really to maintain these things that I want to do throughout the year. And so I'm trying to get the goals accomplished first. And it's hard because I am neurodivergent. And so some of my goals, and I really just need to make a video specifically for that. But some of my goals are really, really hard for a neurodivergent, like most of them are. And so I'm trying. I'm really, really trying. And I'm hoping that I can make it happen. Okay, I think I'm just going to use these and not worry about the glitter headers underneath and just use these instead. So I think we're going to do that. If you can hear that dog outside, it is my neighbor's dog. I think they have multiple dogs, and their dogs are always howling, and they're always escaping and coming like into my yard and into my neighbor's yard, and it makes my neighbor really mad because she has dogs as well. She has like 3 dogs, I think, inside, and her dogs are very well trained, and so she does let them outside, and then those dogs like come around, and she does not like that. I don't know if it gets her dogs riled up or if I don't really know why she doesn't like it, but she does not like it. Oh my goodness, my children, you guys, they don't have anything to say to me unless I'm doing one of 2 things. There's an ant. If I am filming or if I'm on the phone, they feel the need to ask me every question they've ever had in their entire life at that moment. And it can't wait. It cannot wait 1 second because it's so pressing. They have to ask it, and it's only when I'm doing those 2 things. I was in here planning away and figuring stuff out, laying all the things out of what I needed to do and get done. Quiet, nothing. They were just being little cherubs. Then I start to film, and every single one of them wants to tell me something. It's crazy, except for the oldest one. But don't let him fool you. He has his share of things to tell me and interrupt me with too. Okay. There are ants in here, and they're driving me bananas. It is because this that I'm using as my office, it was, to be honest, I really don't know. It's kind of odd. Like, the walls of it is the exterior siding of the house, okay? It's only enclosed by a screen door, okay? That's all that keeps it from the outside. And so, obviously, that's problematic because everything can get in through the screen door. I mean, it's not sealed well. And then there is an exterior door that goes into my kitchen. So, I mean, this is fully enclosed, but the only door from this that separates this from outside is a screen door. And so right outside are billions of trees. Not billions, but there's like trees everywhere, and there's, you know, grass and dirt and all the things in my backyard. And so there's ants. And the ants are so hard to get rid of because the pest control, it doesn't matter how much pest control stuff you put out. He said that he treated like this room really, really well because there's windows in here, but obviously, I don't know. It was just, it was built to be, I don't know what, I'm thinking a sunroom, okay? I'm thinking that's what it was meant to be at first. But then they made it the laundry room. And so it's just different. This house is old. It was built in like 1884, and it's lovely and charming and old, very old. And so I have made this my little cubby room, is what I call it, and the laundry room is right beside me, and I will show it to you one day, very soon. But as for now, you're just gonna have to envision it with me. That it's my little cubby room, and it is subject to having ants in it, which is very annoying for me, but, you know, we're trying to get rid of the ants. And what's really alarming is that all I can think of is if the ants are this bad now, then how are they going to be in the summertime. That's what's really scary. Because I'm like, oh good. Like, if this is the way they are now, then what will they be like? And I don't really know if I want to think about that, because probably not very good. But that's okay. Right now I'm just dealing with the ants. So they had left a juice box in here yesterday, and the ants were going crazy over it. So now I got the juice box out, but the ants are still on my desk. And it's so annoying, and I hate them. So there's that. I know they are all God's creatures, great and small, but I don't want to deal with all of God's creatures. Especially not creepy, crawly critters. I would like for them to go far away. So there's that. What do I want to use for this? I think we're going to go with this purpley color. So this was the week that Joshua wrecked my car, and it was the nicest car we've ever had, by far. I don't know if you guys have been with me for any length of time, but before this, you know that we still have a Town and Country Chrysler van, and it was giving us so much problems, and it was so frustrating, and we ended up getting the Armada. And we had it like 6 months, and he wrecked it, which I think that's the only wreck that he's ever been in. And he wasn't, it was just him. There's a stupid it was just him, nobody else, because he was going through a stoplight, going around a curve, and he like leaned over to grab his drink, and when he did, he just looked down for a second, and there was a big like divoted pothole in the road, and he didn't see it because he was looking down, and so he hit the pothole, and it blew a tire, and when it blew the tire, it sent him into a ditch, and then the ditch, he went airborne, and it sent him into another ditch, and then he hit a parked car, and he spun and spun and spun, and then ended up slinging into a parking lot. And yeah, it was like a 1998 Tahoe or Suburban one, I can't remember, and it obliterated the front end, like completely obliterated that vehicle. And yeah, it was absolutely crazy. So yeah, there's that. I felt really bad for that person too, because it's like, well, man, their car wasn't worth, you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to get anything out of that. And they have to have a new vehicle now, so that sucks. But yeah, it was rough. So we have to fix the van now, and we're not going to buy a new car. We're just going to fix the van and hopefully fix it enough to where I can drive it. So, and then he was given another car. And I mean given, like free, given. And that was a tremendous blessing that I don't even have the words to express or talk about. And that was crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I have these two. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so that was a blessing. So I don't know. I want to use this, but I don't know if I want to use this with this kit, a Furby, which cracks me up. But yeah, so crazy, yes. The Lord, definitely. And we're just, I feel like we're better for it, honestly, because now we don't have 2 car payments. Now we can focus on other things. Like, there's a lot of blessings that came out of it. But holy moly, like, I'm not gonna lie. I'd be lying if I told you that it was just all great and wonderful and roses. I mean, it was stressful, and now we have to fix that van, and that's frustrating because we got a better vehicle and now we don't. But we're still making payments on that stupid thing, and might as well try to fix it. We think we know how to fix it, and we'll see. I don't think so. I don't think it's fixed. I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but it's fine. Okay, so there's the full boxes, which are so pretty. But regardless, the Lord really protected him, because he could be dead, honest to God. Like, yeah. If I remember, I will put some pictures up of the vehicle so that you can see it. And yeah, it was crazy. So definitely lucky, definitely a blessing, definitely the Lord, and we definitely take and acknowledge that for sure, 100%. So, and there's a stupid ant. I can see it. These ants, man, they're everywhere, I tell ya. Okay. I know some ant remedies from summers in Alabama, but I didn't notice them until... I noticed them a couple of times when I was doing laundry in here, but I didn't notice them until I just moved my office in here a few days ago, and I was like, oh, great. And when the pest control guy came to our house, I told him, and he sprayed and did all the things in this room, but I don't think he put ant bait out. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you've ever had pest control to come and say they're trying to get rid of the ants, but they don't. It doesn't help. I mean, it just doesn't. Ants are resilient little things. Okay, there's that. Now let's lay down some foil. And this foil has something all over it because my child has been in these drawers. So I'm going to have to pull that one off, whatever it is. Oh, crud. It got started on the wrong thing. That is the only thing about these foil tapes, is that sometimes I don't pull it just right, and then it gets on a path. Gets on a horrible, horrible path, and I have to fix it and get it back straight. Straighten it out. Because it's just not doing the right thing for me. 150 to go. Plus I shake so badly that it's not doing it a favor. You know what I mean? Like, it's not doing either one of us any favors for me to shake this badly. And I do shake very badly. And it's honestly getting worse. So I have 2 doctors that think I have POTS. But I haven't had the tilt test done yet. And so that's what they think I have. They're like telling me that's what I have. I've had 2 doctors tell me that. And so I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But because all the symptoms of POTS are there for sure, for like 100% sure. Like, I have very low iron. I do not absorb sodium into my body very well. So like, I'm always craving salt because my body is just low on sodium all the time. So whereas a lot of people, it's like, lower your sodium intake, watch your sodium intake. With me, it's like, please eat more sodium. Because my body just doesn't absorb the sodium very well. So yeah, so like, I crave like saltine crackers or like random things just because of the salt. Like, I love salt. And that's why, because my body just doesn't absorb it very well. So my iron is super low. What else? I have have fainting spells like super easily. Feel like I'm going to pass out super easy. Feel dizzy super easy. Like, oh, dang it. Like, can you see that? Like, crap. Seriously. And here comes the 3-year-old. Like, here comes the 3-year-old. Okay, he'll probably be back in 2 seconds. This one is torn pretty badly, to be honest. Anyways, so I do shake a lot, and that is part of it. It's very frustrating, to be honest, but you know, there's not a cure for it. There is medication they can give you, but I don't feel like it's worth all of that. I mean, it is annoying. It's kind of embarrassing when people constantly notice how bad you shake and you can't stop. It is frustrating, but like, and it's annoying when I feel like I'm going to pass out. Like, if I exert any, like, when I sing, things like that, when I'm taking a lot of my energy, taking a lot of breath, why does this keep ripping? It does that, and I feel like I'm going to pass out. But, so like when I'm on stage and things, and then I can't, it's very hard for me to sing the rest of the song because I feel like I'm going to pass out, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it's something I can live with. It's not the most fun thing in the world, but it's definitely not as bad as some things that other people have to live with on a daily basis, so I'm okay. I get dizzy and my heart starts beating really fast over silly things. Like if I'm laying down and I get up too fast, there you go, I'm about to pass out. Or if I am walking in the grocery store randomly and on my feet for like standing there for a long period of time, without moving, like I feel like I'm gonna pass out, and I'm like, I have to sit down. Like it's pretty ridiculous, but I've had it as long as I can remember, and it's, you know, just is what it is. Okay, this is so beautiful. Can you see that? It's so pretty. Okay, my feet are so numb. You guys hear me complain about this every single time. I need like a chair that lifts up. And I'm sitting in a dining chair right now because I don't have an office chair in here right now. I need to get one. Okay, so let us see what we're going to actually put in here. So I have my planner for that week. So I did have Rhett, which is the little boy that I watch. I had him on this day. Okay, so I had him on this day. I had him on this day and this day. This day. And half a day this day, which he gets here at like 4:45, 5 o'clock. So I have to wake up super early. Well, that's just going to be crooked. Is that the only time I had him? Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. My legs and my feet are completely numb. I just have to make sure I stay in frame and I can't see the camera. Okay, so this was inauguration day, which I try not to be political on my channel, but I was very happy this day, so there's that. Some of you may not have been, and that's okay. That's okay. We can still be friends. I love you either way, but I was happy about it. So there's that. And then I have these little guys that I can use, but they're so tiny. And I'm so shaky that it's kind of obnoxious. Not gonna lie. But it's okay. You guys still want to use them, so there's that. Okay. I did have Rhett, so let's get a coffee because it's early, man. It's freaking early, dude. Ain't no joke. That crap is early. And I'm also going to get a pillow because I'm tired when I get him. So we'll put the pillow on that day. We'll put the coffee on this day. And I'll get another coffee for another day. Where is my notebook? Is it? Where is it? Is it? Oh, it's right in front of me. Seriously, right in front of me. Not an iced coffee. We'll do Shine Sticker Studio Girl, because her hair matches the vibe. And I love her. Okay. So there's that. And so we'll put Rhett. Full day. So I watch him for 14 hours. His mom works 12-hour shifts, so I get him about 14 hours, give or take a few minutes. And yeah, okay. We took Alaric to the grocery store that evening, and he was so freaking adorable because he's just a sweet boy. He just is. And whenever we have one-on-one time with our kids, it's just so sweet because their little personalities come out. And he got a piece of candy, and like, it was just really sweet. And he's always like wondering, can we get a piece of candy for my brothers too? And it's like precious. So let's put a little grocery cart. I forget what order these go in. I know this is coffee and then planners, but I forget. Is it cleaning and then... No, it's like script and then food and then... I need to put some more stickers in here. I'm kind of running low. Running low. Okay, let's use this guy. There's an ambulance. Okay, and then Joshua went to a meeting. If you guys don't know, it's no secret. Joshua is a recovering alcoholic, and it has almost ruined our family a couple of different times. Yeah, alcoholism is a hard thing. It is a disease. It is, in my opinion, a demonic thing, and it sucks. And if you can ever stay far away from alcohol in general, I would recommend it. I have no use for it. I have no patience for it. I think that it's a horrible, destructive thing that can creep into your life and ruin things. And so I do not have any use for it whatsoever. But yes, he is. And so he went to a meeting. And it's just good that he works on himself. Let's just use this little car for that. It's good when he works on himself. We need him to work on himself continuously. Then Evander came down with a fever this night. And there's only smiley things there. Let's see, what do I have? I'm just going to put a little stethoscope, even though it's not like he was at the doctor this day. But then on Tuesday, Evander was sick and so fussy on this day. It was horrible. Yeah. He actually caught it from Rhett, the little boy that I watch. He caught it from him. And I mean, that happens, you know, when you watch someone from a different household like that, it does happen. But it sucks because, like, poor guy, he didn't do anything. He didn't understand why he was sick and not feeling well. He just felt so crummy, and he was so grouchy and clingy and just wanted his mom and wanted to nurse over and over and over all through the day. That was the 3-year-old again. Okay. Tristan is playing with the baby right now so I can film this video, and the 3-year-old, he's not feeling that great. Now he has it. He has the cough and everything. He's not like, he doesn't have a fever, but he's not happy. You can tell he doesn't feel that great. So I'm thinking he's probably got it now. So not fun. And the 5-year-old and the 8-year-old have the cough too. Me and the 12-year-old are the only ones who don't have the cough. Even Joshua has it. So I'm thinking that they may have it, but he ended up having flu and croup, and that's what Rhett had. So no fun. Okay, Joshua took the boys to, it's this Pokemon. They're into Pokemon right now. And it's this card shop that's semi-local to us. And it's just like the next town. It's the town where we go to church. Stupid aunt. And so it's that one. And he took them there and got a they play cards. And so, yeah, that's what it is. They play cards together at this Pokemon shop. And it's really silly to me. I'm going to put this sticker down. I know that it's really stickers, but we're going to pretend it's cards. And so they were there for 3 hours, and I have to take them tonight. I do not want to stay there for 3 freaking hours. Are you kidding me? I watched Cats Don't Dance with the little boys. So I'm going to put that down. Oh, I just really love these colors, but I'm not going to use that because I already used it up there. I watched Cats Don't Dance, and it's very hard to get Alaric to watch anything new. He already says it's stupid before he even begins, and then he's very closed-minded about it. But he liked it a lot, which is a victory because, like I said, all of my kids are neurodivergent in some way, which is perfectly okay. But Alaric is very particular. He has autism, and he is very particular about food, about movies, about all the things. And yeah, it's sometimes extremely hard to get him to enjoy anything new, and it's hard to get him to experience new things and actually like it without complaining. So it was a win. Okay, on Wednesday I did have Rhett for a full day again. Oops, and I spelled his name wrong. And Evander still had a fever. He had a fever for 4 days straight before his fever finally calmed down and broke without medication. I don't give them medication for their fevers. I am a firm believer that that your fever is good for you. It's your body's way of trying to fight it off, and it won't burn out whatever horrible thing is there if you don't let it. And so I try to let him fever it out. But if I will give the medicine if, number one, they're very, very uncomfortable without the medicine, and I will give them medicine if the fever reaches a dangerous level. But dangerous levels are not necessarily what you think they are. And you can have a bit of a higher fever than was told long ago. So, it's up to you. not giving you medical advice, but I let my kids fever it out. But he was just so uncomfortable with his fever. He was miserable, so I did give him some medicine along the way, especially at night, because his fevers would get really, really high while he was asleep, so I did give him medicine at night. Did it help him sleep? Heck to the no, it did not. I was a walking zombie for like 2 weeks. I was getting like 1 hour of sleep at night, maybe 2, but they were so broken that I felt like I was not getting any sleep. I was so exhausted, I could barely function, and yeah, it was so bad. I was literally like crying at night because like everybody else would be sleeping and I would be so exhausted, but I would be forcing my eyeballs to stay open to rock him, and as soon as I laid him down, he would just wake up again because he was just so miserable and his cough was so bad. Okay, we didn't go to church, but Joshua did go to a meeting on this day. Because we didn't go to church, he just went ahead and went to a meeting, which was fine. And I can't write this low down. It's fine. Alright, so Thursday I had rep for half a day, and then his dad came to pick him up. Sometimes that happens. His dad and his mom are not together, so sometimes when they exchange, I'm the exchange that the exchange place. Okay, so I had to clean. This was a very high stress day. Everything was just going wrong. Evander was still sick. And every time when he comes, he's saying the same thing. Like, he's just continuing to say the same thing. Like, it's new. Okay, so this was super high stress day. And can I write on the coil? Not well, but we're gonna give it our best shot. High stress. Oh my gosh. Not to mention I shake so bad. It's not beautiful, but it's it's not pretty, but it's there. Okay. Let's see if I can find I'm going to hold this stinky sock and just say it was a high stress day. I felt like the whole day was a stinky sock, so we're just going to put that. Okay, then Evander was just so sick. It was just so sad because he was just not feeling well at all, and there was nothing I could do about it. All the Vicks and the cuddles and all of that in the whole world were not going to help. And I just felt so bad for him. So I didn't really get a lot done this week, and that bothers me too. Like, I have such a hard problem with not being productive. It makes me feel panicked because my house, you guys, you can't not be productive when you have 6 kids. Like, you just can't. You got to be productive, and I was not. Because I had a sick baby and he was just miserable. And so I just felt so bad for him. And then I did manage to get some laundry done, but I mean, that was the extent of my, so when that's the extent of it, that's not good, because that means that the whole house is going up in flames, and all I can think of is how I'm going to have so much crap to do once I get out of this, and once I'm able to do anything anymore, I'm going to be miserable because I'm going to have to do a billion things to catch up, and it's going to be miserable. So that's really all I can think of, and that was the case because it was horrible. Like, he was just really sick. Okay, so Friday, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the last day of the fever. So Evander was actually woke up without a fever. So I'm going to put Evander Vander woke up, that's his nickname, by the way, woke up with no fever. Praise the Lord. He was still very whiny, but it wasn't as bad. He was much better. And then I went to go donate plasma this day. And I did donate plasma, and it's like a 4-hour fiasco, right? And then when I go to donate the plasma and I do all the things, I'm going to put this tattoo machine because, like, it's a contraption that they hook you up to. I know it's not a tattoo gun, obviously, but it was so much worse than any tattoo I've ever gotten in my entire life. It was absolutely the worst experience I've ever had, including childbirth, perhaps. I mean, not really, but it was a 4-hour fiasco. I did all these things, and I passed the heck out, and I mean for several minutes. And it was horrible. They couldn't get me to come to. I felt absolutely terrible, and I felt terrible for a few days after. This was the 24th, you guys. Today is the 4th, February 4th. My arm is still very sore right here where she put the needle in. I'm pretty sure you can't see it anymore. I mean, you could probably see a little dot, but I think she put the needle too far in, and I think she got my muscle. I don't know what she did. It was horrible. Whatever she did, it was terrible, terrible, terrible. But I passed out. I mean, it's not odd for me to pass out, right? But it was bad. Like, they couldn't get me to come to. I could not get up. Like, I couldn't. It was so bad. It was just so bad. And we went grocery shopping at Publix afterwards. I felt like I was about to fall out. They did finally get me to come to and gave me some electrolytes, but like I still felt so bad and awful and terrible, and I did not feel better for a long, like it took me days to feel normal again. And my dad was trying to act like I was being crazy. He was like, wasn't that a few days ago? And I was like, yeah, that's the point. Like, it was. I'm sorry if you hear the train. I live right beside the train. Like, I can almost see the train from my window. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I love trains. I love the sounds of trains. I love the sound of it at night. Like, it does not bother me. It actually is very soothing. Why? I have no idea, because normally that kind of thing would bother me really bad, but not trains. For whatever reason, I actually love them. Is there any grocery carts? Like, come on, man. I need to refill some stuff in the sticker book, but I've been trying to dwindle the stickers down so that I can put some other stuff in here, but surely there's a cart somewhere. I'm just gonna put, I don't want just the script though. Oh, here's one. Let's use the purple. So yeah, it was an experience that I never want to relive ever again. Like, ever again. We did get a few things from here, not a ton, but a few things. I don't like shopping at Publix because it's way too expensive. Okay, so then afterwards, Joshua dropped me off and went to a meeting, and it was after his meeting, right down the street on the way home, that he had the wreck. Like, right down the street. He was almost home, and he totally had the wreck. Crazy, horrible, yeah. And the police had to bring him home. We are supposed to hear from the insurance company today, and I really wish they would hurry up and give us an answer because I kind of need to know. Okay, so on Saturday, we cleaned the church. I cleaned the church. It's one of my side hustles. I have a couple, but I do clean our church every week. So we did that, and yeah, I was feeling crummy. Like, I'm not even joking. I almost passed the heck out while I was doing that, because it's a lot. Like, cleaning the church takes hours, like a lot of hours. But it's okay. I enjoy doing it. I blast worship music on the sound system, and I get to cleaning, man. Like, I just do all the things, and I love it, because it I don't know, it's a blessing for me to do that. It is a blessing, because I feel like I make it clean and beautiful and inviting for people to come and worship. And there was an ant. You guys, there's so many ants. Like, I'm not even kidding. Ugh, I know they're coming from this window right here. Okay. And I am honored to do it. But I do get paid for it a little bit. Okay. And then what else? We did have some prayer time while we were there. Which is always fun. I just laid before the Lord all on my lonesome, and then Joshua ended up coming and praying with me. I felt him behind me. But okay, we went big grocery shopping on this day. We had a lot going on this day. It was so much going on, and I was still feeling so bad, so it was like really rough. But we did it. Like, I got it done, but I felt like absolute crap while I was doing it. But it was fine. It worked. I need another grocery cart. How many grocery carts do I need on this week? A lot, apparently. Hello, joy. Hello, peace. Hello, love. I think it's the opposite way. Hello, peace. Hello, joy. Love. I think. Okay, groceries. And then Tanya sent me this huge sticker package, which was the sweetest thing I've ever opened. Which, to be honest, after the week I had, like, it could not have come at a better time, and it made me cry, because when I tell you I've been going through it, like, I'm not exaggerating. I've been going through it, okay? It has been... Now, I will say, the next week when I do this memory planning for the next week, you will see that it starts to turn around, and I start, things are getting brighter. Things are looking up. But this week right here was a heck of a doozy, and I literally just wanted to give up. I really just wanted to just give it all up and say I can't do life anymore. I'm done. Donezo, which of course I can't do that. But doesn't mean I don't want to, because it was really rough. I'm going to put Tanya, because I know exactly what that means. And it was a blessing, and it helps me a lot, because you guys, stickers bring me joy, and she knows that, and she gave me a bunch of stuff that she said she wasn't going to use, and I appreciate it so much. I could cry, and I did cry, and I never cry. I don't really cry, but at that point, when you're in desperation mode and a good thing happens, you feel like somebody cares. Okay. Did not go to church because Vander was still sick. He was not having fever, but he still just sounded so bad with his cough and everything that I did not go to church. So the boys went to church by themselves. Joshua took the boys to church. Okay. And then we didn't go to church this afternoon because we ended up having to go clean out the Armada for the insurance company so they could come and pick it up. So we had to go clean that out. And I need a little car sticker, which I will have to find. But holy moly, I have sat on my feet again. Like, whoa. Okay. Cleaned out Armada. Okay, I'll have to find a little car sticker, but I'm not going to dig for it right this second. And then I just played in my planner in the evening time, and we did not go to church at night because the Armada thing took quite a while. So we just kind of had some chill time, and I played with those stickers. I looked at all of them because there were a lot of them. I looked at all of them. Oh my gosh, my foot is so asleep. And then we just watched, I don't know. If you want to be honest, we probably watched stupid Guys Grocery Games, which, don't get me wrong, I like Guys Grocery Games, okay? I like it. But my husband's, I don't know whose car that was. My husband's love for it is a whole lot more than my love for it. And, yeah. Where is the TV stickers? Like, what is happening? Yeah, my husband's love for it is just extra, okay? It just is. It's very extra. And, so, yeah. That's probably what was being watched. But we just kind of lazied it out. And I'm just going to put that because I know what that means. But I organized those stickers and I put them all away. And then, yeah. Okay, so that is this week. I love it. I did not fill out the sidebar as usual. I will write a summary of the week on the sidebar later on off camera so I can think about what I want to write. This week was crap. This week was a rough week. It was absolutely horrible, to be honest, but that's okay. Some weeks are like that, and the next week was much better. So thank you guys so much for watching and joining me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.